Hi crafters, today we are learning how to make this twist front headband or ear warmer and also the crossed double crochet. The crossed double crochet is just a variation of the double crochet whereby you stitch forwards, then you go backwards. You skip one stitch, then make a double crochet, then double crochet backwards. It's very simple, but it creates such a highly textured and beautiful pattern. To make the twisted front headband, you're going to need DK wet yarn, your 3.5mm hook, tape measure, and a tapestry needle. This is a needle with a blunt end used in knitwear and crochet, and stitch markers are optional. We'll start off with a slip knot, then chain 22 to make the foundation chain of our headband. We're going to grow our headband lengthwise, so we're going to go like this. So we'll chain 22 stitches. So here's my foundation chain of 22 stitches. This measures approximately 5.5 inches. You can also make it as short as you want it to be or as long as you'd like it to be according to the circumference of your head or whoever you're crocheting for. The next step is to skip 4 chains from our hook. So we won't count the first chain on the hook, the one on the hook. At the moment we're going to start on the next chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then skip those 4 and double crochet into the 5th chain. So we're skipping 4 chains and double crocheting into the 5th one. So yarn over, pull up a loop, take out 2 loops, yarn over, pull up a loop, and take out those 2 stitches. So this chain 4 is acting as our turning, or is acting as our double crochet. Then to make the twist or the X, we're going to stitch back into the 4th stitch that we skipped. After making your first double crochet, you're going to make another double crochet but at the back. Usually when you crochet we go this way if you're right-handed, but in this case we're going to go back into that 4th stitch that we skipped. So yarn over, insert your hook into that last stitch, pull up a loop, and just make sure you pull on your thread a little so that your stitches don't get bunched up together. Pull on it a bit, then just yarn over, pull up a loop, take out 2 stitches, yarn over, pull up a loop, and take out 2. So this makes an X, is our X. So we are going to be crocheting forwards then backwards, forwards then backwards to make our X double crochet. To make the next bit of the cross double crochet, yarn over, then remember the first double crochet you made, leave that stitch, the next chain, skip that stitch and double crochet into the next stitch. So remember to skip 1 stitch. We had already worked into this chain, so we are going to skip the next one and work into that next stitch. Then to make the cross again, yarn over, then insert your hook into that chain that you have skipped. So go back, yarn over, pull up a loop, making sure again to pull on your yarn just to make sure that your project isn't bunched. Then take off 2 stitches, take out 2 stitches. There is another cross. Let's repeat again. Yarn over, see the chain we worked into, skip the next one and insert your hook into that new chain, yarn over, then double crochet backwards into the stitch you have skipped, then yarn over again, yarn over. So as we do this, going back and forth, we are making X's or crosses along our project. Let's continue doing this along our foundation chain till you get to the end. So I'll skip this stitch, double crochet into the next one, double crochet, then go back, double crochet again. That's it. The yarn I'm using is variegated yarn. I don't remember the label. It is a ball of yarn that I bought a long time ago while I was learning how to crochet. But it's a beautiful ball of yarn. The color of the yarn changes as we crochet. This is my next cross. Then moving on to the next one. Please remember to skip one chain stitch, so that you have your X. And the next one, go back, then the next. Almost at the end. I have 1, 2, 3 stitches remaining. Skip again, go back. There are my X's, my crosses, both on the right side and the wrong side. I have one stitch remaining at the end of my project, just one, and I'm just going to make one double crochet to end this row. So we're done with row 1 of the crossed double stitch. Then we're going to chain 1 to turn. Now from here, what we'll do is we're going to make the row of single crochets, just to have enough chains to make our crosses. So on this row, the second row, we're going to crochet single crochets. After the chain 1, we're going to single crochet into each stitch along this row. So just one single crochet in each. Doing this till the end of the row. So this is row 2. Row 2 is just single crochets. After single crocheting all through the row, we're going to make our next row of the crossed double crochets. So we're going to chain 3 to make a turning that we can turn our project, then turn, then double crochet into the second stitch. Skip the first stitch and double crochet into the second one. Then, just as the way we've been doing in the first row, we're going to double crochet back. Here's another one. then skip the next stitch, double crochet into the next one, then go back. Then the next, repeating that again, skip that stitch, double crochet into the next, then go backwards, basically repeating this again till the end of our row. Skip one stitch, crochet, then double crochet backwards. So going to make again this crosses till we are done with our third row. I'm at the end of my third row, and with this last stitch remaining, we crochet one double crochet, and row 3 is done. Look at those beautiful colors. For row 4, we'll chain 1 for turning. Please remember, with single crochet and double crochet, you may either chain 1 single crochet, half double crochet, you may chain 1 or 2, double crochet 2 or 3. So depending on how long the stitch you pick, that will determine the number of chains you're going to make. So single crochet, just 1 chain, then single crochet all through the 4th row till the end of the row. I'm going to alternate between row 1 and 2 all through my project until I get the length that I want for my headband or ear warmer. In this case, probably roughly 22 stitches. I need to crochet something as long or close to this. Please remember to measure the circumference of your head so that you can get the correct measurement. But roughly for a child 17, teenage 18, for a young adult between 20 and 21, so on, so on. So I'm going to keep crocheting till I get to the circumference I want for my headband. After we've gotten our desired length, I'm going to show you how to make the twist at the front, how you're going to fold your rectangular fabric that you've made and make the twist. So I'll meet you after I've finished, gotten to my desired length. I've gotten to 22 stitches, and my last row is the single crochets. I wanted that to be my last row. So my rectangle is 22 inches long, and I've measured it fits my head, the circumference of my head. What you want to do next is just pull a tail, a sufficient tail for you to join these two pieces of ends together to make your twist front. I'm going to cut this off, sure it's enough, and then just pull this other tail, and I have a tail left. Then using my darning needle, I'm going to join these two ends together. To join them together, you take one side and fold it into two lengthwise like this, and then also the other side you do the same. So this situation or this point, you might need your stitch markers just to hold your stitches together, but it's such a small length, you can just hold it Let me switch it up so that I have my tail on the outside. So fold this one like this in half, and then the other end fold it as well. Then what you'll do is you'll sandwich these two pieces each other. So let me do it this way so that I have my tail on the outside, making sure it's half. So this is what I've done. Folded this into half, then the other one in a half, then sandwich them. I can use my stitch markers just to hold my pieces together while I'm sewing. Like so. And what we'll do is just join all these 4 ends or 4 layers together this way. I'm going to stitch this way so that we have a twist in the front like this. I've taken out my stitch markers. They are not big enough to hold all 4 layers. So please remember you're sandwiching in between to make the twist. Then from here we're just going to join them together, all 4, making sure that you reinforce that first stitch and just push through your needle and make sure your tail is long enough. I think I cut enough tail, and we'll just stitch holding through all those layers. What you can do is, as you're getting into this point, you pick up the stitch in the next one, the next one, next one. So all 4 those first stitches. Don't leave one behind. We'll make a hole in your twist. So make sure it's also secure and tight enough. I'm going to stitch this till the end. Making sure to catch all those stitches on each fold. Almost at the end. Let's see how we've done so far. That is our twist. If we can see the twist. Let's finish up sewing this. Reinforce and cut off or fasten off our yarn. And also go back a couple of more stitches just to reinforce. Also, I want to weave this yarn through. Just reinforce your stitch. And what I'll do is leave the yarn a little on the back, then cut the tail. And we are done. We're done with our front twist headband or ear warmer made of the crossed double crochet in beautiful variegated yarn. This headband is a very simple, easy and really quick project to make. I made it in like 30 minutes and it's also a beginner friendly pattern, also suitable for kids, and you can make it in all sorts of colors. I truly hope you've enjoyed learning this front twist headband. Please remember to support my channel by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing. See you on the next one, crafters.